Alright, hello, welcome to another batch of level reviews. Today I am actually going to be starting out with two levels that look hard, but still technically achievable. So the first two levels that are in the queue are just beyond anything that I actually think looks interesting. The first one, like Save the Shroom or something, is just going to be like speedrun precision, which I'm not, I don't think I have the energy to do that. And then the second one is like Chaos Nightmare Fuel, just looks, well, chaotic and frustrating, which isn't, like, I guess inherently bad, but it's also not something that I'm really that interested in playing. Maybe if it was the only level in the queue, but it's not, so I'm starting with Quartz level. I looked a bit at this in the level viewer just to see like how achievable it looked, and honestly I couldn't even understand entirely what was going on. But actually, hold on, let me timestamp this. So yeah, so I looked at this in the level viewer just to see if it looked achievable. I didn't really understand what was going on, but it doesn't look like there's anything too bad off the bat. I mean, 1%, that's a pretty low clear rate, but it's not excruciatingly low. Yeah, so let's get into it. I guess I like the title's pretty cool, Honeyblitz. I think that's a made-up word, but it still works fine. Beehive Party gets my attention. The thumbnail's great. In a world of chaos, stay positive. The negativity will only slow you down. That's a great description as well. So yeah, without further ado, let's go. Wait, what? What? Where do I go? I'm confused now. I also assume that I need to like bait the thwomp but then turn around. Or doesn't he go when you're like 2 away, so... Oh, you go over. Okay. I just missed the trampoline the first time. There is quite a bit going on, like, visually. Especially for a 3D world level. Alright. Wait, what? Dude. Come on. He, like, didn't get enough speed. Oh, that was sad. Okay, yeah, so I would say this is probably, unless there is like some crazy trick at this or something at the end that I missed when I looked at it in the program, which by the way I still couldn't really figure out what I was supposed to do. But unless there's something like that at the end, I think this is... What on earth? How on earth do you make... I really hate the car. I'm just gonna... Alright, I'll just destroy it. Yeah, well, let me get that out of the way. Can the car make that jump? Maybe I have to go a bit later so that it can build just a little bit more speed. That was unfortunate that the bee decided to block my way. Sorry, the sting by. Okay, actually, this is looking like it's going to be one of these levels, so let me just... There we go. Yeah, I'm doing that so that I can just start over instantly without having to do any more menuing. I think that maybe... Dude, when on earth are you supposed to jump? Or maybe you have to jump out of the car and then just use the mushroom to damage boost. That's probably what you have to do. If that is the case, that's frustrating. But I think it's more just that there's so much going on. Alright, what do I do with this box? Oh. Well, that's unfortunate for me. That's funny. I don't know if that was intentionally there to kill you if you hit it, but I mean, I was screwed anyway, so. So I take the box, and then I guess I throw it like that. Okay, that makes sense. And then what do I guess I maybe bonk against the wall there? Unless you just make that tight jump. Luckily, I don't think the timer is too tight. Oh. Too bad. Oh my god. You have no idea. I'm sure that you have a great idea actually, but you have no idea how much I hate twisters. They're like the worst course element in the game. Besides Meowser, I guess. Meowser's worse. Dumpy. Alright. But yeah, twisters, I would, unless you're building a level around them, which can be done well, but it's very hard. I don't think that they make a very good challenge in most circumstances, because they're just janky. Does how far you throw it depend on how fast you're moving? Because I definitely threw it farther than usual, and I can't really think of any other reason why that would happen. Okay, I pressed jump. I think it's just the Spike's hitbox is it's not, I think it's actually better in 3D World than it is in the normal themes. Okay, that was my fault. The box didn't go far enough. Ah. I mean, it's not like I would have beaten it this attempt anyway, as you can see. course. Wait a minute. What's down there? It kind of looks like, I don't think this is cheese, but it kind of looks like there might be some. If I can just rub that clear pipe there. Yeah, what's down here? Okay, that's not really cheese because it takes way longer and is probably more difficult as well. But you might be able to get away with doing that if you really don't want to do it the intended way. Same with like what's over here. Probably nothing, but yeah, nothing. It's still weird that you let us access these spots anyways though, because there's like so much going on visually that it's not always clear where exactly I need to go. You have arrows here, which is good, but like the fact that I can get down there does make it slightly confusing. Like as you could see earlier where I was in the car trying to make that jump but couldn't. That was confusing because I guess it just wasn't clear that I had to jump out. See, another thing I'm just struggling with in this type of level is that the stuff doesn't exactly flow together too well. Like, there's so much sort of start, stop, you like turning around. So the challenges like in them of themselves are like fine, but all of the like need to slow down or speed up makes it awkward to play. Like, I don't really play that many pure platforming challenge levels like this, but so I can't really say for sure if this is like ideal. Oh my god, that's dumb. But yeah, it's just like I guess it's just the amount of control I have to have over my momentum is kind of frustrating because I have to actively think about managing my momentum instead of having the setups sort of do that for me. Alright. I'm still so... Man, it's also like... this is not your fault at all, by the way. This is just an unfortunate side effect of how the game works. But the other reason that I don't generally like to play levels like these is because the part after the twister, I've gotten there one time, and then even to just get a second attempt at it, I have to grind for another like 5 minutes. And it just makes playing these types of levels so tedious because if you want to try the later section, you first have to get good at the early section. And you also have to deal with this stupid twister, like, carrying you to the left and screwing you over. Like, why would you use a twister? It's like the worst course element, and everyone knows that. It's literally like the most annoying thing to deal with. Even more than the car. Okay, honestly though, I'm being too harsh. Like, obviously you can put what you want in your levels. I'm sorry about that. That was definitely just me speaking through frustration and not actually giving very good criticism. Ah. I'm trying to not like get carried too far because that's what usually happens, but now I'm pulling back too much. Okay. I also, and this obviously isn't your fault either, but I swear, like, I swear on God that I am pressing down, but he just doesn't ground pound sometimes. Oh my God. I also swear on God that I pressed A, but I probably just pressed it too late. Or maybe too early. I don't know. And the fact that I don't know is also frustrating. See, why didn't I get hit by the spike there? Okay, yeah. So I would honestly suggest whenever you're trying to get feedback for this level to pay less attention to what I'm saying while I'm playing, because there's a lot of just speaking through frustrations and not actually giving very useful feedback. Like, it can be kind of useful to see which sections are more frustrating than others, but at the end of the day, if I'm like, oh, this is terrible, it's so annoying, it's probably just that I need to get good and isn't actually reflective of the level itself. And after I beat it, I'll be able to look at it a little bit more objectively. Because even a lot of my frustrations are even just coming from stuff that is outside of your control, like 3D World's weird mechanics for when you're allowed to ground pound, or the car, or the spike hitboxes or something. That is a very strange coin trail, though. Whoa. My iframes must have lasted a bit longer than they appear visually. Whoa. See, like, okay, that is actually, maybe there's something that I'm doing that's just wrong, but the twister's cycle doesn't line up. Like, I have to be inside the twister when it's moving to the right, but every time, whenever I actually, like, get to the twister, it's moving left. Okay, so I definitely need to get more speed and then just bonk. Which is 2 blocks enough space to do that? I mean, I was able to do it off the thwomp, so I guess that answers that question. Whoa. Yeah, I think I'm just doing that crate throwing part too slowly. Oh, whoa. What is going on? Okay, there's the end. We're getting there. So yeah, yesterday I was focusing a lot more on quantity, And I still am today, but the first 2 levels I'm playing are probably going to take more time than a lot of the other levels. Because the next level I'm playing is also like a Kaizo light. But yeah, so I long jump there, bonk. I somehow, I guess I just hold right, is what I did. And then, I forget exactly how I died last time, but whatever it was. This part I just need to do fast so that the twister's cycle lines up. No, I'm going out on my own terms. Oh, that was just dumb. Okay, so I guess I will say though, I do have to wonder some things that could have been done to make this level slightly easier. It's totally valid to like want a hard challenging level, but I guess a different perspective I could offer is that to me the fun of didn't grab the tree because tree grabbing doesn't work sometimes. A lot of the fun in the level comes more in, I guess, the execution than it does the satisfaction of overcoming a challenge. So even if the challenge is not as, well, challenging, that doesn't necessarily mean it's not fun. And so sometimes I'm thinking like, if the spikes were just a little bit farther apart, or the jump was just a little bit wider, or a little bit narrower, using the wrong words. If things were just like a little bit more lenient, then you would still have a level that's basically the same. It's just slightly easier, but I feel like it would be more fun to play because you're not just dying to the same thing over and over again. But I think that's just a different perspective on things, and it's not the like objectively correct way to make levels. Alright, because like right there, if those were 3 question blocks instead of 2, would that really have made the level like worse if that jump were a little more lenient? I don't think it would be, and it would actually make it like more accessible, which I don't know. It's just my perspective, but again, it's like not the objective way to do things. Alright, so I have literally no idea. I think I held right and I just lived last time, so I'm gonna do that again. But yeah, now I gotta, grind for another 5 minutes to get just one more attempt at that part. I also do typically, for challenging levels, like to split it up into multiple play sessions because your brain actually, the way it learns stuff, it learns better from many short practice sessions than it does from few long ones. So if you're trying to learn an instrument or something, it's better to practice like just 20 minutes every day for a week than it would be to, say, practice for 2 hours on the weekend and nothing else. And, it's kind of like, I guess, could apply to Kaizo levels. If you do... Are you kidding me? You can jump too late there? But yeah, if you're spending 20 minutes practicing a Kaizo level over multiple days, the amount of time you spend grinding will probably end up being less than if you were to just sit there and grind it out during one play session. Although it will also, you know, take you 3, 4, 5 days to actually beat it. So pick your poison, I guess. I'm honestly kind of upset that I decided to play this level though, because it's taking longer than I would have hoped. It doesn't have any, like... What on earth did I do last time? So clearly holding right's not the answer. Okay, I should maybe hold left and then wall jump. Time for another, like, 2 minutes of grinding just so that I can get one more attempt at that section. I really don't like that Spike's hitbox. Bro, I pressed down and he decided not to ground pound. Oh, there we go. Alrighty. So level's done. What did I think of it? Well, overall, I thought it was pretty cool. I liked all the different setups it involved. The level did feel a little awkward to play because there was quite a bit of managing your momentum, starting, stopping, you know, hold right, hold left, hold right, hold left. And that's where I think a lot of the challenge came from, because the setups didn't necessarily work naturally. You had to have many button presses, I guess. I guess the best way of saying it is the complexity of the inputs required to beat the stage is a lot higher than other pure platforming stages that are on the easier side, because other stages you might have to like hold right and then only turn left to wall jump, then right and left, but this one you're having to pretty frequently manage your momentum in order to properly clear the stage. That isn't inherently a bad thing, but it does make it like quite a bit harder to beat. Also, visually, I think the stage on its own looks very nice. But the thing is, the custom theme is extremely cluttered, which means that there is a lot of information on the screen all at the same time, and so it takes longer to process what the heck is going on. And as such, in a fast-paced level like this, that kind of works to its detriment, because it makes it very difficult to figure out what you're supposed to do, because there's so much on the screen, but only like a little bit of it actually matters. If you were to make a slower-paced level, a theme like this could work all right. But for a super fast-paced level, I would try and limit the number of unique objects that you're using in your aesthetics. But yeah, overall I thought it was a pretty good level, and despite having some frustrations with it, I think I had a good time with it. I would like to, again, reiterate that a lot of what I was saying while playing it just came from a place of frustration because I'm trying to get good, I guess. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the level itself is, like, bad. I think that maybe if you wanted to make this more accessible, just making the jumps more lenient and requiring less turning back and managing momentum, and also not using a car or a twister because both of those are frustrating and janky. But, you know, it's only if you want to make it easier. If you don't have to, because obviously there's people that like the harder levels. But yes, let's move on to the next one. It's Color Me Kaizo. CKV. 6BG. Alright, so I looked at this one. Let me see here. So I looked at this one in the viewer briefly to see if it looked like something I could do. And because there were no shell jumps where you throw a shell against the wall, like no mid-air shell jumps, there's only buckets and whatnot, this seems like something I might be able to do. But I'll have to see how much progress I'm making once I get into it, because I could be wasting my time on a level that's going to take me 2 hours to beat. And unfortunately, because I'm just trying to get through many levels, I don't want to spend too long on one particular level. But yeah, this level has a neat thumbnail. It's a little bit awkward. It's not bad, but I guess it does a good job of showing the action. But I think that maybe either drawing some art in the subworld or choosing a different spot in your level could have worked a little better, because with the thumbnail, I guess it's kind of asymmetric, because on one side you got the pipes and on the other side you got a bunch of blocks. And it just looks weird. I'm not exactly sure how to explain what I mean. I guess it's just a little weird looking, but most people won't see the thumbnail. My best Kaizo level yet. Good luck, have fun. It's all right description. I love the title though. It's a really nice title. But yeah, let's get into it. Alright, collect all 4 coins. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna go in that bucket. Oh, whoops. Gotta throw it a little later so it doesn't just kill the guy. Whoa. One thing that I am learning as I start to gradually introduce myself to Kaizos through this level testing process is my thumb. So I'm a weirdo. I use X and A, X to run and A to jump, and I'm having to get used to separating the 2 button. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. Separating the 2 button presses. So like, I would usually, whenever I released a shell, I would also release the jump button, or when I would release the jump button, I would also release the run button, and I would do them at the same time because that's an easier input than having to do them separately. But with many Kaizo levels, it's in your best interest to not release the jump and run button at the same time. Although I am actually getting a bit suspicious, because here, doing that kind of makes sense. Oh, I do like the usage of the sideways springs to make that up throw extremely lenient. A while back I played a level where you had to thread a shell into like a 1-tile gap, and it was just... Oh, what? Bro, why are you doing... That Buzzy Beetle, it was just walking there. Why didn't that work? Hold on, I'm saving that. I'm gonna analyze that later. But yeah, this, what the heck? That was so bizarre. Yeah, that was bizarre. It worked that time. I think it might be the setup you're using to Oops. To launch the shell. Oh yeah, also I left 2 comments so that I could start over faster. Oh yes, I should, I'll need to set a reminder to delete those comments as well as the comments on the previous level, so that there's not just 2 like pointless comments. Oh my god, I forgot to release the shell. I think releasing the shell probably earlier than is indicated might be for the best. Oh, wow, I got scared. What? Too bad. I do like the aesthetics of all the pipes though. I always like it whenever level creators use pipes aesthetically like this. So I think the clear trick time was only like 20 seconds or something, so it was probably doable. Whoops. Oh, well, I guess we'll just press ahead. Oh. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah. And also, I think that if I hold jump, I'll get hit by those spikes there. I don't like it whenever I can't just hold the jump button, if I'm being honest. But that's just me. I need to get good. Oh yeah, another weird habit. I'm actually I'm using the joystick. I'm not using D-pad. I think that's probably bad practice, but I'm just too used to the joystick. I hate using the D-pad. I missed a coin. Oh well. Whoa. I am actually wondering, because there's a lot of jumps here that I feel like I'm bouncing maybe higher than I should be. And I'm wondering if the creator was having the same issue as me where like you were releasing the jump and the run button simultaneously. Oh, that's a cool setup. I think like, okay, these setups I've definitely seen in other levels before, so they're not like mind-blowingly original. Oh my god. I'm shell jumping when I don't want to. So like, I think with Kaizo, almost everything that can be done has been done in terms of just shell throw sort of stuff. But this level's fun. The stuff flows together nicely, I feel. Although there is a lot of like momentum control, which can be difficult. Yeah, I'm still confused why that didn't work that one time where it just the beetle started walking instead of the shell. Because it has not failed me since then. That muncher is quite intimidating. Oh! What happens now? I guess I'm just gonna press forward. Oh, there is one of these. Okay. What? That is kind of low. That indicator. Yeah, I think that probably what's going on is this person is having the same issue as me. You, okay. Well, okay, one shell jump I might be able to handle, but I'm going to look in the program real quick just to ensure that that is the only shell jump, because if there's other shell jumps beyond that, no way. This is well, okay, maybe honestly at this point I think I'm too deep in to just say no and pass. But yeah, okay, so that's the fourth coin. You do one shell jump and then you win. Okay. Alright, back to the action. Ah, I missed it. That's kind of hard. There we go. Too bad for me I don't have all the coins though. I missed one. I'll get an X right there though. Yeah, I think this is probably something that I'll be able to clear. That was embarrassing. But yeah, this is definitely a very lenient Kaizo, which I appreciate because I'm not the best Kaizo player out there. Aw, got everything and then missed the shell jump. It's okay. But yeah, that indicator for the shell jump is probably maybe I'm the one doing the shell jumps wrong, but that indicator, a lot of these indicators are a little bit funky. Like I want to throw it a little bit earlier than was indicated. Not all of them. Actually, most of them are fine. It's just that the ones where you throw the shell to the right and bounce off of it later feel like not placed exactly right. Ah. Okay, that one actually, I think you can just kind of throw the shell whenever you want. Aww. I feel like once I'm able to get the shell into there, the rest of the level is just the shell jump. Actually, that's kind of the entire level. It's just the shell jump and that third coin. Everything else isn't really that bad. For me. I'm sure that this would be nearly impossible for most players. Because most players are like, 10. So. It is a bit... Oh. Yes, I need a shell jump only at the end, after I've gotten all the coins, and I've shell jumped in every other situation, except for the one time I actually needed to. Okay, sure. A little bit short there. Okay, I got the coin. That is pretty tough to catch the shell again. I think I need to throw it maybe a little bit later than I am. Bruh. Yeah, these are really lenient and I'm still like messing it up. So that's more of a reflection of my own skill. Ah, that one though, that one's weird. I think that the fact that I'm getting so much airtime because I'm holding the jump button is making it so that I have to, yeah. Yeah, I think that I'm getting too much air there. I was looking ahead and wasn't looking where I was, and then just fell in the muncher pit. I feel like I'm somehow getting worse at this level the more I play it, strangely enough. Wait a second. Aw, that would have been so cool if I beat the level like that, because I don't think that's what you're supposed to do at all. But it looked super cool. Like, you're definitely just supposed to throw it, but I somehow managed to kick it, and I was sick. Must have been because I was holding a shell. But hey, the fact that it worked makes me wonder if that might even be easier. I'm just gonna try that to see if it like is actually easier or if I just got lucky. Okay, that might honestly be easier because it's just fewer inputs. Because I only have to throw one shell instead of two shells. I just have to trust it a bit more, or maybe get a bit more hang time. And not bonk the shells. Why didn't I grab the shell? Whatever. I know that there is probably, or I know there is a more common setup for these where I think you have like a, here, I'll just pull it up after this level. Oh, alright. Yeah, sure. But I think if you have a beetle upside down on a hard block and then blow up the hard block, it'll just fall straight down, which makes for a better setup than having to sort of launch it to the side like you are right now. What? And I think also doing that will make it so that there aren't situations where I bounce off the mole without grabbing it. Because that shell there, the second one, isn't centered on the mole, and as such, if I land on the right side of the, or the left side of the mole, then I won't grab the shell like I've done once or twice. I am throwing that so early because I'm just getting... Well, I guess my tendency for most of these types of levels is to be late because of bad reaction time. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, that's a new one. I think that's maybe the only setup that I don't like, is the one where you throw it here and then have to bounce on it while it's moving. It's just that I feel maybe it's not consistent enough, because there's been a lot of times where, like, yeah, like I miss it right there, and I generally don't really know what I'm doing wrong, because, well, yeah, it's just because, like, oh, I was too late there. Was I too slow? It's probably because I'm getting too much hang time, but there's no way for me to know exactly how long the creator of the level wanted me to hold the jump button down. Which is why typically you would want to design those types of setups to be either for you hold the jump button down the entire time, or you don't hold the jump button at all. Because otherwise, as far as I know at least, there's no way to indicate precisely how high you're expected to jump, besides, I guess, a coin trail. And so we get into territory of, like, there's no real way for me to know how to do that. I just have to figure it out myself. And that's also why I think I might actually switch back to that other method I found of just doing that. And yeah, being a little to the right of the indicator, because at least with that I can be a lot more consistent. Although actually I might not even be able to make it far enough with that method. So I will revert back to the old way, unfortunately. And this is also why I feel like, am I getting worse? Because I've not even been able to get another attempt at that ending section in such a long time. But that setup there is just not consistent enough. Because I think the important thing to recognize is that every single player actually has a slightly different play style when it comes to these types of levels. Some players will hold the jump button for longer than others. Some people will start to hold right sooner than others. And as such, you know, buckets are very useful for helping make things more lenient. But yeah. Ah. And I didn't even kick the shell the right direction. Yeah, okay, so whenever I release the jump and shell button at the same time, it lines up better. Just how it be. That is... I'm like, I don't even know what's going on in my head there, but that is just really hard for, like, no particular reason. I think it's because I'm so focused on trying to catch the shell that I just cannot seem to properly time the following bounce. again, it's like, I think that section just has maybe the most complexity when it comes to what is required. I have no idea what, but that just looked weird to me. Alright, we're approaching half an hour spent on this level, and I'm just internally like very frustrated because I don't like spending a super long time on one level, but I'm just so close to like beating it because I've literally gotten to the end of the level and I just had happened to miss a coin. So it's very frustrating knowing that technically speaking I can... Oh, come on now, really? It didn't work again. Like, technically speaking, I can beat the level, but, like, I'm just not able to. It's like I've done every section. I've done every section at least once, but putting it all together, it's just not coming together, and that's very annoying. But actually, I've seen the end, and I've done every section, so that means I've seen enough of the level to give a review of it. So if I'm not able to beat it before the 1 hour mark, I'm actually just going to stop and give the review then, because I need to review more than 2 levels today. Or I don't need to, but I really want to. And unfortunately, like, as much as I want to beat this level, because I do like it, except for that one setup there, I just can't. And it's frustrating because, like, that could have been it, but I had to mess up the shell jump. See, that's also like, I wish that I had paid more attention to it when I was looking at it in the program, because I just can't do those shell jumps consistently, so to put one at the very end of the level is like it feels like such a betrayal to me, even though there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that. Like, if anything, it makes for a great finale, like, oh, you've done all the basic shell tricks, so now do the slightly more advanced shell trick. So, like, it's a great way to end a level, but to me, it's just like, it's literally the one thing that's preventing me from having beaten it, is my inability to do that consistently. I don't even know what that one was. Oh my god. Okay, so we've just about hit the 1 hour mark, which means that this is going to be my last attempt. Alright, I'm a man of my word. So, I'm going to give the level a review now. So, the level as a whole was, so you can see the setup that I'm currently dying on. That was the only setup that I didn't like, and the reason for that is because in order to do it consistently, you can't hold the jump button the entire time. And as such, it makes it it's very difficult to figure out exactly when to throw the shell or like how long to hold the jump button for. And that setup like killed me so many times because I just missed the shell, even though from my perspective I did everything else right. I threw the shell upwards to get the coin, I threw the shell sideways and got it over there, but the shell just didn't line up. So either having it just be a bucket right there or making it be like a hold jump sort of deal, I don't know, or maybe just using a different setup altogether would have been nice. I'm getting water. Otherwise, though, the setups were all pretty exciting. Like, there was a good mix of sideways and up throws. The buckets made things lenient, which I really, really appreciated as somebody who's less experienced with Kaizos. And having the finale be a shell jump is a cool way to like tie everything together, I think. Overall, like, I thought this was really good. I do want to say, though, that the design of this level suggests to me that whenever you throw a shell to do a shell jump, you're also letting go of the jump button, which I think is not proper technique. I don't know enough about Kaizo to really say for sure, so I could be wrong. But I played another Kaizo level where I would throw the shell, bounce off of it, and then hit a spike that was apparently just there to be decoration, and that the creator didn't even know that you could hit because they were doing shell jumps wrong. So it's kind of the same deal here of like try and get into the habit or try and mentally separate the run and jump button instead of pressing and releasing them simultaneously. Visually, I like this level style a lot. The rainbows look good. The pipes, I think the pipe coloring could use a little bit better balancing. So like it's alternating green and blue here, but then up there it's all green, and right there it's all red, and it just looks a little bit strange. I think that either you'll want to commit to one color at a time, so make an entire block of pipes, like all of these pipes are green, and you go forward and all of these pipes are blue or something like that, or try and commit more to alternating, so that block of pipe has all three of the colors, and this set of pipes, instead of being like 2 blue, 2 red, it's like blue, green, red, blue, or something like that. I don't know. It just, it's a little bit inconsistent whenever some blocks are like one color and others are alternating. But yeah. Otherwise, I don't think there's too much to say. You definitely don't want to go overboard on decorations and Kaizo levels because it makes them difficult to read. And overall, like, I like this level, and I will most likely want to come back and actually beat it at some point because I have been able to get to the finish line. I just unfortunately haven't been able to, well, actually beat the level. So yeah, let's move on to the next one, which will hopefully, well, should be a lot easier because I had already checked it in the program to make sure it wasn't like a 0.01% clear rate level. So it's 471, 2NJ, HOH. Alright, so this is Juicy Shells and Cheese. The thumbnail has a naked pipe and floating doors and like one thick ground, which isn't the best first impression. Watch the course appear before your eyes. The title and description, though, are pretty good, so there's not a whole lot to say. Let's just get into it. Alright, no clear condition, that's nice. Oh, cool, it uses this thingy. Let's see here. I don't think you can make that. Unless, actually, I have a cheeky idea. Oh yeah, yeah. Alright, I'm cheesing this. I'll go through and like play the level legit to see what it has to offer, but I'm first going to cheese it. Because, oh, well, I was gonna like it anyway. Good thing I didn't accidentally boo it, that would have been bad. Okay, so cheesing this is actually gonna be hard. And see, the thing is, like, the title says cheese in it, which makes me think, like, did you know that you could just do that? Like, it makes me think you knew, which, I don't know. I'd say if you're gonna intentionally leave cheese in your level, it shouldn't allow you to basically skip the entire level. Like, I literally just skipped the whole level there. So yeah, I'm gonna go back and actually play the rest of the level though to see what it has to offer. But I think that if you're gonna leave cheese in intentionally, that's generally just bad practice. Unless it's like a shortcut that lets you skip a small portion of the level. Because if it only lets you skip a small amount, then it can actually be a very satisfying thing to discover, especially if you're a speedrunner. Alright, I guess I'm going down. Looking at the level though, there's no decoration at all. I'm just gonna pray. Yeah, there we go. And then Bowser Jr., give me firepower. Okay, so the level doesn't have too much to offer, even when you play it legit. Okay, so like overall, I played that level, both cheesed it and also played it normally. The title implies that they knew the cheese was there, which I think is just bad practice. I've already mentioned this while I was playing it, but I'm just going to say it again. So with cheese in a level, generally you just want to remove it entirely, because otherwise people are going to abuse it, and you worked so hard to like make a level, so why would you want people to skip over the entire thing? But more importantly, people generally, if they do find cheese, they would consider it to be bad design, even if it was intentional, and are less likely to, I guess, leave a like because of that. If you do want to include cheese, or like, okay, leaving it in, just make sure that it skips only a small portion of the level, because in that case it can actually be fun to find cheese, because it's like a speedrun optimization as opposed to breaking the whole game wide open. But yeah, in this case, I don't think the cheese, if it was intentional, was implemented in a very productive way. I liked the first room. I thought it was cool how you used the shell to like build up a level, and think that you should have just built the whole level around that instead of having it be just a one-off gimmick, because the other two rooms were pretty boring. You just like jump up some stairs and ride a snake block. There isn't a whole lot of substance here, so I think that it could have been better to focus a lot on the like Bones shell building a bridge sort of thing, because that was actually very cool and has a lot of potential. You know, you could put other stuff like Goombas and Koopas in those blocks to have them appear in front of you. But yeah, and then visually, I don't think there was really any decoration at all in this level. Levels definitely ought to be decorated more, because it improves the user's experience. Like, it's much more fun to play a pretty looking castle level than a bland looking castle level, because you're enjoying what you're looking at. And there's lots of guides on YouTube that can help explain like some tips and tricks for how to decorate levels. So yeah, that's the review, and hope that it was helpful. Alright, next level is Binary Calculator. I'm looking forward to this one. It sounds really cool. I'm not like a huge computer nerd, but I do know like how binary works. So I'll be able to verify whether or not it works correctly. The fastest binary calculator ever. Adds 2 binary... Oh wait, hold on. I gotta log this in my timestamp sheet. Alright. Binary calculator. The fastest binary calculator ever. Adds 2 binary numbers of your choice. And then screenshot is a calculator. Alright. Great first impression. Let's get into it. Yeah, so art, single player. Those are some fun tags. I like that. Okay. Input 2 binary numbers to add. Question equals 0, hit equals 1. And I guess this will like let me see the instructions again. Okay, yeah. Oh, and it just lets you also skip them if you know what to do. Oh, hello there, Spikeball. Okay. So I guess here I'll do 3 and 8. So 3 plus 8 is 11, which... Oh, well, okay, that's kind of easy. It'll be this one. It'll be all of them except for this one when you add them. Don't move. All right. Exciting. Whoa. Some... Oh, clever. That's very clever. Okay. So yeah, that is indeed 11. Oh. I like that too. Fun ending. Okay, I'm gonna try like one more. I'm not gonna try every single combination because that would just take forever. But I'm gonna try one more that's I guess a little more complex, just to see if it works again. So 0 plus 0. I know. Let's see here. That's 8, 4, 1. That's what's that? 13. 13 plus 6. 13 plus 6. That's 19, I think. So that would be 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, I think. So I'll expect to see 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. I moved. Oh, I moved again. Yeah, that's exactly what we got. All right, cool. It appears to work. So good job, I guess. Oh, 100. Oh, that's really cool. I love that. Okay. So what did I think of that level? That was a really cool level. There's not really much to say because, like, yeah, it's a binary calculator and it works. So good job, I guess. Level looked fine. It's good decoration. You know, obviously not too much room for aesthetics, but it was very clean looking, and the spots that could have aesthetics, like the ending, did. So overall, I mean, maybe you could have put a little more effort at the start of the level so that the instructions weren't just words, but they were like words with a background or something. I don't know. It's not a big deal. But yeah, gameplay, there's not really any. You just add 2 numbers. And honestly, like, I wish I could say more, but this level is entirely based off of the novelty of it for its enjoyment. So obviously, like, it would get old pretty fast, but you're not really intended to be playing it 100 times. It's not really that type of level. So for what it's trying to be, it does a great job, and overall, I liked it a lot. So good job. Next level is Track Block Trials. NWH. QN4. R7G. Alright, so first impressions of this level. The thumbnail shot looks pretty good. It's like slightly leaning towards the emptier side, but not to the point where it looks bad. The title is good, it has some alliteration. Keep an eye out for the track blocks in advance when time is right. Okay, good description, good thumbnail. There's not a whole much more to say, so let's get into it. Oh, good use of track blocks. I would say maybe at the very start, don't make them lethal, and also don't make me like wait. Because I can, understand the gimmick without having to wait a few seconds. Nonetheless, this is still really nice. Yeah, I'll get the checkpoint first, because I'll find a way to die here. So far, so up. That was not much distance between the checkpoints. So far, so good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, I guess I just kind of jumped over that whole challenge there. Yeah, okay. I won't jump over this one. I'm sure that there's more space. Yeah, I think that this level, has a strong gimmick. It's used very well. I know that 3D World semi-solids are terrible, but some semi-solids still could have been used as decoration. Nice dynamic arena. The warp blocks probably should be in the middle so that you don't ever have to wait for the track block. I assume you can't make it to the top and I just messed up. Yeah, overall, the level... okay, hold on, let me timestamp this. Okay, overall, the level was pretty fun. Had a very strong gimmick that was used very well. There probably is more room that it could have been developed, and I think the level did feel a little on the shorter side. That's not inherently bad, it's just... I definitely think there's more that could have been done with such a gimmick that just wasn't. But again, that's just sort of a matter of taste. The level itself was perfectly fine. Yeah, there isn't too much to say because besides that, it just did a good job with the gimmick. Nothing felt unfair or wrong with it, I guess. Yeah, good job with the level design. Great job. Visually, they could have used more decoration. Using semi-solids or maybe even trees could have worked. Maybe more ground tiles even. There definitely were some emptier feeling rooms. 3D World is just terrible to decorate, unfortunately, so there's not too much that you can really do about this, but maybe more could have been done. Sometimes people will use emptied out dotted line blocks or P blocks to do the levels. But yeah, overall I thought that was just a very solid level, if not just a little bit short. And yeah, good job. Okay, the next level is called Pow's Help. T8T or T8Y. YXG. Alright, this is Pow's Help, puzzle plus boss map. The thumbnail's pretty nice, it's got a good art, I guess, and the title's fine, stylized. The description's a little lackluster, but nothing really wrong with that. There's not a whole lot to say, so let's get into it. Okay, this is such a nitpick, but the door is not centered. Whatever. Okay. Oops. Probably would want to use bumpers there instead of grinders, just so that if I accidentally fall there, I don't die. Okay. Wait, another power block. And a 1-up. Do I have to throw one of them? Huh? Oh man, I guess I reset now. And I have a bomb. Okay. I have to... Oh wait, never mind, the bomb's just gonna come back. And as long as I take this POW with me, I think I can get infinite bombs and POWs. If I even need such a thing. Oh, I think that was even intentional. So, oh no. Did I despawn it? I did. Well, not really. Oops. Oh, hold on a second. Yeah, if you get a running start, you can hit that without the second POW. Oh, that's a creative use of the POW block. You still will ultimately need the second POW, though, to get the Goomba through. No, no, no. Please no. And now I have to wait. That's okay. Okay, so like just in case I need it, I'm gonna go grab this POW. Presumably you hit the switch so that... Oh no! No! That wasn't meant to happen, and now I'm soft locked. Okay. Soft lock bad. Just put a bumper there and it won't happen. And also put a bumper there because I don't want to die because I can't place POWs. Generally with puzzles, you definitely want to make everything as non-lethal as you can. Oh, you can also soft lock yourself by hitting that block, but going in the door too early. I'm just gonna go in the door, I'm not gonna try and cheese it anymore. But yeah, with a run and start, you can hit that block. I'm just gonna build the bridge first, or actually no, I'm too impatient. Like, watch this just be the end of the level and I wasted all that time trying to cheese nothing. Oh. Whoa, what's going on here? They missed. Oh, I guess, I thought that would just like go through the POW, but I guess it bonks me more like a block. Is there another POW block? I'm confused. Oh, was I supposed to drop the POW block down there? I think I was supposed to drop the POW block down there, not just bonk it. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Okay. Either making the POWs spawn infinitely, or, I don't know, using a different solution to this boss might have been better. Because to me, I see like a POW block, and I see a muncher, and I just instinctively hit the POW block. Because, yeah. This also almost strikes me as a boss fight where you put down a couple of course elements, and then decided that it wasn't hard enough, so you added more, and you just kept doing so until the boss was hard for you. I don't have any proof of that, obviously, but 2 Larrys and also the fire bars. I feel like sometimes I'm just in situations where I can't escape, because if I jump to the middle, there's Larry's magic there, but if I jump to the edges, there's a fire bar there. Okay, but it's not a big deal. I think that if you know what you're doing, you could do that consistently by baiting out the magic. Okay, that's kind of a funny troll at the end. I like the troll. Alright, so let's see, this level, overall it was like a puzzle and then a boss. I wouldn't say that's like necessarily a bad thing, but it was definitely jarring having it move from a slow-paced puzzle level to a fast-paced boss level. The puzzles themselves were pretty straightforward. You just like put the POW in the note block and you win, which isn't necessarily bad, but definitely just on the simpler side of things. And same with like the building the Goomba bridge. Speaking of which, I would suggest using either ledges or one-ways to make it so that the Goomba doesn't walk all the way back to the left and then to the right, just to decrease the amount of waiting that it takes. I did think it was pretty clever that you had to actually use the reset doors, and they weren't just there for the sake of being there, I guess. But they were incorporated as part of the puzzle. And the POW puzzles themselves, like again, they were on the simpler side, but they're still like neat puzzles. The boss fight was also pretty cool. I think I will take back what I said earlier. The boss fight, like as long as you are able to bait the magic where you want it to, you can get through it just fine. Although it was confusing trying to figure out what to do, because so you go into the room and there's a big stack of POWs, which to me indicates, oh, you need to hit like 6 POW blocks to beat the boss. And that's also something that people will do sometimes, is have a giant stack of bunchers and the one on top as a key. But that wasn't the case here. You were supposed to grab it and drop it, and then if you hit it, you just lose. But that wasn't... I know there was that indicator for POW dropping there, but considering there were a bunch of other track pieces, and then also like a bunch of grinders, and then a bunch of on-off blocks as well, which seemed like a strange choice to use on-off blocks instead of just regular ground blocks or something, because usually that would indicate that they're going to switch when they never actually did. So yeah, it was a little confusing to figure out what you were supposed to do with the boss. Oh yes, also I would suggest using bumpers instead of grinders whenever you want there to be an area for an item or enemy to access, but not the player. Let's see, visually, I thought the main world looked nice. There were some good use of flowers, and the terrain was placed nicely. I don't remember if there were semi-solids. I don't think there were, except for in the house itself. The house looked nice. Yeah, this house looks really nice. overall it looks pretty nice, but you know, some semi-solids or mushroom platforms could help give it a little bit more personality. There isn't a whole lot to say about it, honestly, visually speaking. Besides that, I guess it looks good, but it could be given a little more personality with the use of semi-solid platforms as backgrounds. What is that doing there? That's weird. But yeah, overall, pretty decent level, I'll say, and I hope that this could be helpful. Alright, next level is dashing through the Spiky Forest. L4V. I'll mess that up. I type them in such a weird way because I try and speed run the typing process. CKM. QXF. Alright, so dashing through the Spiky Forest. Dash, wall jump, and use the creatures living in the forest to escape. Okay, so this does have the lower clear rate, but it's not below 1%, which is what I'm actually setting for this. Today's threshold is 1%, not 2%. The thumbnail looks really nice though, and this level does leave a pretty strong first impression. So I guess without further ado, let's get into it. If there are any like absurdly precise tricks or shell jumps or something, I probably will not be spending too much time on it. Oh. Yeah, okay, that's gonna be a bit tricky to time. Okay, this, again, like, I'm a bit skeptical. I don't think I adequately looked at this level in the program before checking it. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Let me do that and leave some comments. I'm doing this so that I can start over quicker, because normally whenever you pause, the first thing it'll go to is either like or boo, and then once you've liked or booed a level, the next thing it'll go to is comment, and once you've left 2 comments, now whenever I pause, I could just instantly start over instead of having to scroll through the like and comment options. And after this play session, I'll go back and delete all of those extraneous, pointless comments that are just like the number 1. Although I don't know, maybe I'll leave them in there and, oh my goodness, give the level a little more personality. Because it is always kind of funny whenever you just see this stupid comment in a level. So is this a press the jump button or not? Because I feel like if I press the jump button, I'm going to get a big bounce off the ant. Here, I'll just... Yeah, so I'm like tapping the jump button and I'm getting too much air. Maybe I should twirl. Okay, the third guy is a jumper. That is, why is it placed like that though? Because, yeah. Oh, okay, so that's probably just hold jump. Yeah, this is... I don't know if it's just me, but this is like not lining up for me. Okay, and I think it's because these require, what are they called? Like, I think they're called control jumps. Maybe I'm using a technical term incorrectly. But, okay. Yeah. Oh, I messed that up. I just held jump. I didn't actually time it like I should have for the... Oh god, what are those guys called? Hop chumps, yeah. Honestly, oh, actually, no, it seemed to line up that time. I didn't have to do any fancy tech. I just either held jump or didn't. Oh, and there's even a checkpoint. That's quite nice. Okay. Huh? Alright. Oh, and we immediately get pushed into the pipe because of the dash block. Alright. I don't think that really matters that I took so long. Oh, I hate when people do that. It's just a personal preference, but I can't stand those fake out hidden blocks with the sound effect. And it's like if you see it often enough too that it's like not even that impactful anymore. It's just like a thing that sometimes happens. Although I will say here it kind of works because you then fall down and fight a thwomp, so perhaps I spoke too soon. Weird how like that lines up. Okay, so twirling kills your momentum and is absolutely something you should never do. Alright. There we go. But yeah, I don't even have to hold a button down and I'll go in the pipe. So much power that the 3D World dash blocks give you. I didn't jump. I wonder what would... Oh, I think I would just get pushed off. But I was wondering what would happen if I decided to ride the thwomp. If this is the last part of the level and there's not like a third lengthy section now, then I think that this is something that I'll, at least in a reasonable amount of time, be able to beat. If it gets to the 2-hour mark though, I'll reconsider whether or not I'll be... I hate those up button inputs. Whether I'll like actually be able to beat this level. Because there was a level earlier that I was able to do each section individually, and as such, like, I had seen everything the level had to offer, but I was never able to fully beat the level. Oh, are you kidding me? Wait, literally, actually, what did I do wrong there? Don't you just run off? I didn't even jump. Why did that not line up? Yeah, I'm still like I'm still living in that where I bounced off the ant trooper and just hit a spike. Maybe I thought I was holding jump, but I wasn't. That's the only thing I can think of, because literally, I think you're just supposed to run off there and there's no way to mess that up. Oh yes, I would also like to just state that a lot of what I'm saying is probably coming from a place of just frustration, because naturally you're going to get frustrated if you play a hard level. So like, nothing to do with the level itself, just the natural reaction to, I guess, hardship. I don't know how else to say it. Yeah. What? Dude, why didn't you wall jump? Like... No, I hit start over. That's so sad. Luckily this level, I think I can beat this again. What? Are you kidding me? They got too much height? Alright. Yeah, this section's pretty straightforward though. Yeah, okay. Not a big deal. As for that, I am not entirely sure where I'm losing time. I know there are places I could save time, but I'm not sure what the intended spots to go fast and to go slow are for that. Oh, are you kidding me? Like, I think I'm losing the most time just on those wall jumps. Because the only other spot that I could save time is by not sliding there and like doing what I did there without the long jump. Ah, okay, that's another thing. There's no way for me to react to it being a hop chomp, and as such, there's no way for me to know whether I should hold A or like time my A press. My fault. So like there, I don't think the death was really my fault. I was holding A, but you know, definitely make it consistent. Either every jump you have to bounce off of a hop jump, or every jump you have to just hold A. Because when you mix them up like that, there's, like here, you can't see the ant trooper or the spring until you land. And here, you can't see the hop jump until it's too late. So again, it's like oh, cute. I like that, the challenge at the end. So again, it's like you just can't properly react to that, which is a little bit cheap. But yeah, okay, so review of this level. Overall, I really liked it. I thought it was fun, made good use of the dash block mechanics, and it's not too complicated. All the jumps are either hold jump or don't hold jump, which made it easy to understand, very accessible, despite still being quite challenging. Some of the thwomp setup was a tad iffy, but that's just because like I needed to get good at wall jumping, so no biggie. Yeah, and it was pretty well developed too. A lot of variety, considering that the only gimmick was you go off a dash block and jump. Maybe there could have been I know people like to have dash blocks where you can turn around very quickly on them because you might be going to the right, but if you're facing left and land on it, you'll instantly go in that direction. So maybe having some of that could have boosted it a bit up, have a bit more variety. But yeah, overall, very fun gameplay, good variety. Oh yes, wall jumps were included, so that was good. The only main issue that I really had with the gameplay was the ending there. Sometimes you held A to bounce off of ant troopers or trampolines, and sometimes you had to time your A press off of a hop chomp, and you just don't have enough time to react to which option you have to pick, which makes it feel a little bit artificially difficult because you just have to know what's coming. Visually, I think the level looked good. It was well indicated. Maybe the coin trail was a little excessive because I think there was a coin trail for almost the entire level. But yeah, good use of terrain. It's not over decorated, so it was easy to read. Yeah, overall the level looked pretty good. And there's not too much to say either because 3D World decorative options are very limited. So good work. I like this level. Alright, next level is P Block Protector. L to K. MT8. And 76G. May get the timestamp. Alright, so first impressions of this level. Medium difficulty shell thwomp level. Oh, hopefully this isn't requiring shell jumps. I don't think there are. The clear rate's not too bad though, so I don't think it does. Spin jump proficiency required. Interesting. Yeah, this. Oh, I like the thumbnail a lot. It's like the thwomp hitting a P-switch. Good job with that. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. Alright. Oh, I see. So I have to do that so that he doesn't, like... Although I can also do that. And then get up here. And then just cheese the whole level. Well, almost. I mean, yeah, he hit the P-switch, but oh no. Big deal, I'm up here now. I think that that's where the end of the road for cheeses, though. Not quite. Hold on, these guys can, like, hit it once. Cute. Oh no. Well, it doesn't really matter. Key. Oh, checkpoint, okay. Oops. Alright, nothing there. Goodbye, shell. Oh, a sideways swamp, okay. Yeah, the little dudes, though, spin jump proficiency required. I guess that's no joke. They can hit one block, but you would have to be, like, pretty bad to, like, mess that up because... Okay, yeah, they hit one block, but that's not a big deal. When we're in the main world here, they actually do hit the P-switches, but in the main world, they could hit a P-switch, or they could hit the block. Alright. I guess that's not the solution. Yeah, look, this dude can, like, come down and he doesn't hit the P-switch. Which maybe that was oh, hello there. Maybe that was an intentional way of making the level more lenient. But it kind of, like, what's even the point of the challenge? Oh, I got the key, so now oh, that's cute. Oh, and now I go all the way back? fun sound effects there. I like that. Some people might not, but I like it whenever sound effects are used comedically. Goodbye, Thwomp. Alright, so what did I think of that level? Overall, it was good. I thought, I like the concept. You focus on hitting Thwomps with the Shellnet so that they don't hit the P-switches. The little ones, though, you didn't really have to hit them with their helmets, so that kind of defeats the point of the challenge. And then the big ones, well, you did have to do that, so that was good. There was, at the start, I could kind of just go over everything, which, again, like, defeats the point of the challenge. I don't know if that was an oversight or intentional, but I do feel like I pretty heavily cheesed the first area because I just went over everything instead of taking the time to hit each Thwomp with my Shellnet. But I think the concept's strong, and I think the subworld developed it well by having you spin jump on Thwomps and have to hit them, so good job with that. Visually speaking, the level looked fairly bland. Well, no, actually that's a lie. So the main world looked very nice. I loved the use of the semi-solids with the Thwomps. It made the Thwomps stand out more, which was a good touch. And the main world looked good. The subworld castle could have used maybe more semi-solids or just more terrain in general to help it look more structured and complete. Because it kind of just looked like what was there because it had to be, and there wasn't much there that served the purpose of making it look nice. Like even the boss room, like the surrounding it was pretty thin, and you could just walk out of it once you got the key. So those are, I guess, the visually, it could use a bit more work to just have more decorations, I suppose. I know that's not the most helpful feedback, but there's definitely some good guides available on YouTube that show several techniques for decorating the levels. They can go a long way in making the level more enjoyable, because would you rather play a fun level or a fun level that's also nice to look at? So that about sums up my thoughts on it. It's a simple level. It had a good concept, but some cheese combined with the small Thwomps not even hitting the P-switch will sometimes defeat a lot of the challenge in the level. So yeah, I hope this is helpful, but I feel like I maybe could have said more, so if you want me to follow up a bit more, then I'd be happy to. Just send me a message on Discord. Anyways, the next level is Mount Toadverest. FF8. Unoptimal, 6QF. Alright, first impressions. Let's see, is that a Spike thumbnail? It looks pretty cute. People who climbed Mount Toadverest never came back. Can you? 3 big coins? Okay, it's a pretty solid first impression. I'm looking forward to playing this level, so let's get into it. Title and thumbnail look good, so yeah. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, okay. I think I would rather have a shell anyway, because it's not going to kill me if I hold it for too long. I found 1 big coin. That was easy. Wait a second. Okay, cool. Nice little secret there. I'm gonna get a shell again. Wait, this guy's gonna wake up. Oh, looks like there's a secret pipe somewhere as well. maybe something else up here. Nope. Coolio. I guess we're gonna climb the mountain itself now. That's funny, he hits it for me. I wonder if there's anything hidden up there. Seems like a good place for a secret. Or maybe not. Oh, there's the third big coin now. So I guess I found all the secrets. And to the boss fight. I love that you can do that to him. Because I hate flying boom booms. Cute little boss fight though. Very good use of flying boom boom. Usually he's just kind of there. So I like that it combines very well with the whole gimmick of the level. Why is there such a huge sound effect there though? Alright. So yeah, this level, I liked it. I thought it was good. The platforming was fine and all, and nice secrets here and there. I liked that a lot as well. I do think that the gimmick itself, there was just like spikes, and they were placed well and whatnot, and I do like the usage of the snowballs. I think that maybe it could have benefited either from another supporting gimmick or something a little, I guess, more interesting with the spikes. I don't know. I think that's just a personal preference and not really reflective of the level itself, so I think that maybe you could disregard that comment. But yeah, the level itself, it looked very nice. The ground was textured nicely, had good art to look like a mountain as well, and I liked how the bridges were suspended in the air. I don't really have that much criticism for the visuals of the level. As for the gameplay of the level, again, it was like pretty straightforward, which is enjoyable for some people, a little less so for myself. Again, not because of anything wrong with the level, just more like I enjoy the more, a little bit more unique gimmicks, I guess. That's not to say that there's anything wrong, just that I think I just need a break, honestly, because I've been playing and reviewing levels for like 2 hours now. Let me just go ahead and go through it and see if I can articulate what I'm trying to say better. I'm really sorry that this is not super clear. But yeah, also, like, I did not find that secret pipe. I guess a better way of putting it is a lot of these enemies are kind of just being used for their more basic functions, and as such they kind of just feel like they're there as filler just for the sake of being there, and there's not actually some sort of interesting or creative purpose for them, which makes this level feel like just about every other level that has Goombas and Koopas in it. So I think that's kind of what I was trying to get at with those ideas. But yeah, this level, I like these trees as well. Oh, maybe that's... Wait a second, there were more than 3 big coins. You lied. Okay, and I have found that pipe as well. Very cool. I like how that was sort of alluded to in the main world, and then it pays off in the subworld. But yeah, this is good use of the snow spikes because they kind of push you off. But they're not like super annoying. You can deal with them with good timing. I think the subworld does a lot better job at using the enemies for more interesting gimmicks. Like the spike is a bit more developed, and also you don't often see people using snow spikes, so that was good. I think it's just the main world, it sort of felt like the enemies were there to be there, whereas the subworld, the enemies actually serve a really interesting purpose. So yeah, I hope that that can be a little more helpful. Good job overall though, I liked it. And I think that now that I've reached 2 hours, I'm going to call it for this session. Maybe I'll do more later today because the queue is still quite large.